Hi everybody, how are you? It's your girl Kenya and welcome to my channel. It's been a while. I've been gone for maybe a little over a month, maybe about a month or two. For those of you who are just now following me and who don't know, my mother passed away July 3rd. So I've been away. This feels so weird. It feels like I'm doing this for the first time. I guess maybe because of the circumstances. I don't know. I guess I have to get back into the swing of things, and that's pretty much with everything. Yeah, but I'm back. Hopefully, this will just be one of many more videos to come. I would, first of all, I want to thank everybody, the whole YouTube community, at least, my YouTube community, for your outpouring of support, for your messages. I know I may not have responded to everybody's messages, but I've read them, and you don't even know how much I appreciate those messages and those comments. I can't even tell you. Tears would pour out just from overjoy at how caring you all really are. I mean, I've said it in my videos so many times before. I have the best supporters in the whole YouTube community as far as I'm concerned. You guys are just wow. That's all I can say is wow. Awesome. Thank you so very much. Thank you to those few of my YT sisters who really stayed totally connected to me and checked up on me, and you all know who you are. Thank you guys so much. There were times when I would just be lost and crying, and I would just turn on my computer and I would read my emails, and then I would see one of you guys' messages or comments, and instantly the tears would stop, because it just brought so much joy. Like, wow, okay, I'm not really in this alone. I'm not really out here by myself going through this. There are hundreds of people out there who really do care about me, and that is just the most awesome feeling in the world. Complete strangers out there who really care about you. It just lets you know that you've done something right in your life. At some point, you have done something to touch someone else, to make them return the favor by blessing you with their kindness and their compassion and their consideration. It's just an awesome feeling. So again, thank you so very much. I know many of you probably are wondering, have questions. One thing that I've been known for on YouTube is keeping it real. I haven't really mastered the art of holding back, so I'm not going to start now. As I said, my mother passed away July 3rd. She was ill. She had lupus. Not really going to get into exactly what lupus is right now. I'll have a whole nother video for that. But, excuse me, I have hair on my lip or something, I don't know. But anyway, she had lupus, so she had been ill for quite some time, only I wasn't aware of exactly how ill she was, because like all parents, they think they're doing the right thing by protecting their children, when in all actuality it might not necessarily be the right thing. So she was trying to do the right thing and protect me by not telling me exactly how sick she was. But anyway, she eventually had a stroke, which caused a blood clot in her brain. Then she had another stroke, which caused the blood clot to disperse in her brain, which is what ultimately caused her passing. A stroke and a brain hemorrhage. Brought on by lupus. You guys, I'm just now getting to the point where I can talk about it without boo-hoo-hooing my eyes out, and believe you me, I feel them coming, but I'm trying to fight them back, just so I can get through this video. Y'all, this is like the third time that I've attempted to make this video. A couple times I just wasn't ready. Now I just said, you know what, I'm just going to bite the bullet and just try to get back into doing what I love doing, which is bringing you guys these videos. But in order for me to move on, I have to tackle this part. So anyway, yeah, that is ultimately what happened. Again, some of you may or may not know, my mother lived in South Carolina and I lived in New Jersey. So when I initially got the call that she was in the hospital, I was home. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I've gotten these types of phone calls before, like, Kenya, your mom is in the hospital, and then I'll call her up, say, Mom, what's going on? How are you? And of course she would downplay everything. Oh no, it's just this, it's just that. But this phone call was different. It wasn't different in the wording of the phone call. It's just a different feeling to me. Just, I don't know, I can't explain it, but I felt the urgency. And I just said, okay, well, just keep me posted. And I tried to call her cell phone, couldn't get through to her. And I called the hospital and I talked to the secretary. And of course, sorry y'all, I got these little hairs or something on from my brush. I don't know. But there's a such thing as HIPAA, which are the privacy laws that protect patients from any outsiders getting your information. So of course I called the secretary's desk and she can't really tell me anything. So now I'm bugging out. I'm panicking. I'm like, okay, somebody has to tell me something. So I begged her, begged her. I said, please just tell me something. Is she talking? Is she moving? Tell me something. So she said, okay, I can tell you I'm looking at her right now and she's moving and she's talking. So I was like, okay, good. But I still didn't quite feel relaxed yet, and this was like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. Doctor still had called me, so went ahead on to school, and I got the phone call from the nurse that said, you know, your mom's not doing too well. She had a stroke, and then they explained to me the whole situation. I just dropped everything. Came home, packed my clothes, and got on the road because I just had this aching feeling in my heart. Like, this is not the normal phone call that I would usually get when she would have her lupus flare-ups. It just didn't feel that way. It felt just different in my soul. It just felt different. I'll never be able to explain this to anybody to where you guys will understand and not think I'm crazy, but it was just this gut feeling like, okay, there's something that's going on. I just talked to my mom 2 days before that, and she didn't sound like this was going to happen. Not that anybody knows when it's going to happen, but she just didn't sound like, you know, she was that ill. So I'm about halfway there, and I get another phone call from the doctor, and he says, well, Kenya, your mom had another stroke and we had to put her on life support. Now, me being a nurse, I kind of already am putting the pieces together, and I kind of already know what he's telling me, but as a daughter, it's not completely registering. But then the way that he tried to walk me through it, I know. I've been there beside doctors. I've been the one holding hand as the doctor tried to walk someone else through a dire situation. So I knew his walk on the phone was like a code for, it's not too good, but I don't want to tell you that on the phone because I don't want to scare you while you're driving. So I just kind of braced myself for the worst, but I hope for the best. I have an aunt that went through a similar situation. She had a stroke. Well, no, she didn't even have a stroke, but I can't remember the whole thing, but they put her on life support, and they were telling us to make a decision on what we wanted to do with her remains, because come Tuesday, they were going to take her off of life support. That's where my aunt was. Monday evening, she completely woke up. I'll never be able to explain that. She completely woke up. I mean, completely woke up. Minimal residual. I mean, woke up asking for coffee. Like, okay, so I have that in my mind. Like, okay, if my aunt can wake up asking for coffee, then my mom can wake up. One half of me was saying, okay, I feel like this is it, but another half of me was saying, okay, maybe I'm just gonna have to be in South Carolina for a long time. I'm gonna have to plan for rehab and blah, blah, blah. All those things are, it's like I'm split between the two, but in the meantime, I'm just going absolutely nuts. So I said, you know what, I am going to take a sleeping pill, and I'm going to sleep the whole entire drive, because I just could not bear that being there in that car anymore, trying to think about what could be happening and what could be going on. So anyway, I got there, finally got there about 4 o'clock the next morning. As soon as I walked in the room, I can look at her and tell that she was going. Not to say that she was gone, but I could tell she was going. She didn't look like mom. Like, I saw her there, but her whole demeanor, I can tell she was ready. Like, she was really ready to go. I spoke to her, begged her not to leave, told her I was here and to please wake up, but in my mind I knew that she wouldn't. I knew that this is what and how she wanted it to be. My mother was a very independent woman. She never wanted anybody doting over her. She never wanted... I mean, she was so independent. I was raised by her and only her. Single mom. I watched her put stereos together, fix cars. I mean, this was a very independent woman, and I knew that if she made it out of this, the person that was making it out is not who she would have wanted to be, and that was something that I was struggling with as well. Like, okay, they're already telling me that there's a portion of her brain that's damaged from this stroke. Completely. It's no question about that. Again, me being a nurse, I know. This is where I come in. This is my profession. This is the specialty of nursing that I'm familiar with. I am a rehabilitation nurse. So patients like my mother would come to me, and I would be the one getting them through. So I already knew the condition that my mother would be in. So that I was grappling with as well. Like, would she want to live like that? Would that be what she wanted? Like, the daughter part of me was saying, I want my mother here under any circumstance, under all circumstances. If this is how she has to be and she's alive, I want her here. But then there was another side of me that was saying, okay, I have to think about what she wants. Would she want that? Would she want to live with somebody having to bathe her and feed her? Would she want that? No. That's what kept ringing in my mind. No, she wouldn't want that. So I'm sitting in the hospital, and the doctor says, well, you know what? We still have one last test to run, and this test is to see if she has any blood flow to her brain. If she has no blood flow to her brain, by law, we have to take her off of life support, which means no life support, no life. So I am just praying, wishing, whatever you want to call it, for the best outcome. Now, my best outcome may not be her best outcome. I'm just praying for the best outcome, wanting my mom. Like, please don't take my mother away. I still haven't said everything I need to say to her. We still have, it's just so many things. And make a long story short, doctor calls me back to the hospital and says, come on in, we need to talk to you. She lived about 5 minutes, 6 minutes away from the hospital. It seemed like the longest ride in the world. The walk in the hospital just seemed like I was walking in slow motion. Got to the desk, announced that I was here. They said, wait in this room, the doctor will be out to see you. I knew. I already knew. Not only do I watch massive amounts of trauma in ER and TV shows, but I live this. This is what I do for a living. So I already knew what that doctor was going to come in and tell me. It's just like it was yesterday. Like I just still see myself sitting there in that chair as he's telling me all these things that I never knew about my mother's condition. All these things that she never ever told me. And I'm just like, wow. So I'm trying to process all these things and then at the same time process that he's telling me that she's gone, pretty much. Okay, I told myself that I wasn't going to do this, that I was going to be able to get through this video without crying, but I don't think I'm going to make it. So excuse me for 1 second. Okay.
Just 3 days left. So get started today at eatharmony.com.
So we all, me, my children, and my husband, go back into her room. We all say a prayer. The doctor, kindest man in the world. Never met a doctor so caring. Excuse me. Said a prayer. I laid my head on her chest. A couple minutes later, her heart stopped. She was gone.
Our batter makes chicken better only at Long John Silver's.
Had to be the worst moment of my life. At the time, I couldn't process that she was in a better place. I could not process that she no longer had to hurt. She didn't have to take any medication anymore. She didn't have to go back and forth to the doctors anymore. She didn't have to struggle. I couldn't process that at that time. All that I kept thinking about was, wow, my mom is gone. My mom. Like, my mom. You know? Like, I mean, this woman who looked like this, the last time I saw her, like, you wouldn't think by looking at this picture that she was getting ready to leave me. Like, I just could not process that. But it was my reality. I kept, like, trying to, like, pinching myself. Like, I gotta wake up. Like, I gotta wake up. This cannot be happening. But it was happening. And for the first time in my life, there was nothing I could do to stop it. Like, I could not control that situation. And it just was inconceivable to me. Like, I couldn't believe it. I didn't know whether to be angry, whether to be happy, whether to be sad. I didn't know what to feel. All I knew was that my mom was gone.
The assailant is finally corralled.
And my life would never
hostages are free, unharmed.
again be the same.
The hammer-wielding kidnapper wounded a mayor.
I mean,
And terrorized a neighborhood. But officers were tough as nails when it counted most. Memphis, Tennessee.
still feels like I'm there. Right back in that moment. But anyway, I'm learning to try not to stay stuck in it. Because as you can see, that can easily happen. Therein began the healing process. Or the process of me trying to attempt to heal.
actually brought his children along.
Still not easy. Not easy at all. I find myself having more bad moments than good, but I'm trying to have good ones, you know? Like, I'm trying to,
His accomplice starts beating one of the workers.
I'm just trying. Just trying. That's all I can do. I don't have any concrete answers like I normally do. I don't have any solutions. I don't have anything. All I have is that I pray to God every day for strength. I thank God every day for strength. I talk to my mom every day. And I just try. That's all I really can do, right? Is just try, you know?
He snatches a golf club and attacks.
So there it is. You know, your girl still makes long behind videos. Some things never change. But there it is. So again, I want to thank everybody who has been there to support me through this. I am definitely going to keep trying my best to come back to you guys. Talking has always been therapy for me, and expressing myself has always been a source of comfort. So that's not going to stop now. I'm sure once I finish making this video, there'll be a sense of relief because I finally gotten out. So now I can move on to more things. I do have a few videos coming up for you guys, a few changes, major changes in my life that I want to share with you guys. Some good, some bad. I don't know how you guys are going to take it, but there are changes nonetheless that are going to help me in my life. So, you know, if I lose a few, I'm sorry. If I gain a few, thank you. If neither happens, you know, it is what it is. But I'm always going to keep it real with you guys, because that's the least I can do for those who have continued to stay by my side and support me through everything. Oh my gosh, I feel like what else could happen to me? Like, if you go back and look at all my videos, I mean, from the random 25 things, what else? Like, this is my life. Take it or leave it. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go so I can get this video out to you guys, and then I can start the rest of, I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe it. I'm at a loss for words. Anyway, so I can start working on the rest of the videos that I have prepared for you guys. Thank you again, all my new YT sisters, all my old YT sisters. Thank you guys so much for still hanging in there with your girl. Have a good one. Deuces.